For those of you who have not watched my top 10 artists video, Dream Theater is in there. That was possibly the most artful way I could have articulated that. So yes, if I compare a Dream Theater song to a Burzum song, of course it's gonna be biased. Dream Theater are an enormous influence on me, both on what I listen to and how I write. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. They helped pioneer the genre of progressive metal. They are absolutely amazing musicians. They are fantastic songwriters. This is an extremely difficult list to make because I actually had it done last week, revised after a few times. I'm like, okay, this is it. And then yesterday, I was reminded of another Dream Theater song. I was like, crap, need to add that one onto the list. So here are my top 10 Dream Theater songs. The Path That Divides, coming off of an album that the fan base is also very divided upon. This is from The Astonishing, which is not looked at as one of their better albums broadly as a fan base. I actually like that album quite a bit. This is one of the strongest, if not in my opinion, the strongest song on there. It has partly to do with the context of the story, but just as a musical work by itself, I love this song. Because it is part of a concept album that tells a very literal story, there is lots of quick movements from place to place. It's actually structurally and artistically very similar to how a music theater song would be set up. I absolutely love a number of the melodies in here. Some of them are callbacks to earlier songs. As I said in my review of The Astonishing, this is a prime example of a perfect marriage between music and lyrics. This is The Life. This is off of A Dramatic Turn of Events, which people are also kind of divided on. This song, first of all, musically is not very complicated, but I would say it's very touching. It has a very profound feeling to it all. It's a ballad, so it's pretty structured around your typical ballad structure, but it does get more interesting the way that Dream Theater likes to develop their compositions. This is a song about taking the gift of life that we all have and making the most out of it. Worrying about the past is something that you can't control, so focus on right now so that you can build yourself a better future. Absolutely love the solo in this one as well. This is, in my opinion, some of Dream Theater's best lyrics. The Ministry of Lost Souls. Man, this is probably my favorite outro of Dream Theater's. I think I said it was, and then I don't know. I'm kind of divided now that I've made this list. Ministry of Lost Souls is very big. To some people, it might come off as cheesy at certain parts, and I can definitely understand that. And as you go through the rest of the song, you kind of start to understand, okay, no, this is just like, this is the actual vibe that they want you to be in. The reason why I didn't include it higher on the list is because I feel like people use the term wankery a lot when trying to talk about Dream Theater, saying that it's nothing of substance, they're just playing a bunch of notes. That's a load of horseshit. But this bridge definitely does have a substantial amount of wankery. I think that there could have been a more, I don't know, more interesting way to get from point A of the bridge to the last part of the bridge, which, by the way that they end the bridge I think is amazing, especially going back to our outro. And that outro, holy crap, I did a whole video just talking about the chord progression of that outro, and there's so many other facets of it that you could dissect as to why it works really well. Misunderstood. Man, I really, really love this song. I love the chord progressions in the verses. I love the melodies in the verses. Absolutely love the melody in the chorus, which is pretty much, it's not the same, but it's a kind of a transformation of it. And when it hits that big fat D, big fat D, when it hits that big fat D in the chorus, man, that's so satisfying. Not to mention, it has a really weird solo that at first I'm just not sure how I felt about, and after a while I was like, wow, this is actually a really interesting, well-constructed solo. Like, damn well done. Similarly to This Is the Life, the bridge lyrics of this song, I guess it's like a bridge or a vocal interlude or something, it's not really a verse or a chorus, is just so gripping, and I love the actual writing of the lyrics as well as how they're delivered. Panic Attack. Of course this is on my top 10. I talk about this song incessantly. The video earlier this week had Panic Attack on it. I play it a lot for the interludes on Song Suggestion Friday live streams, which you should watch. This song encapsulates very accurately what it feels like to have a panic attack, but not only that, it's just badass to listen to. I did a pretty decent breakdown of it on the video earlier this week, Good versus Bad Metal. Go check that out if you'd like to hear more about it. Metropolis Part 1, of course that's on this list. This is off of Images and Words, and it was the first song I listened to. I was like, oh, this is what progressive metal is. Oh, the whole I don't know what to call it. It doesn't have a very standard structure, but basically the first intro up through the entire part where there's lyrics to where there's a very, very extended bridge where it's just instrumental, up to that point, man, holy cow. It somehow keeps you extremely interested even though there's not a whole lot of repetition going on. I would say this is also some of James LaBrie's best vocal performances. To this day, I still have no clue what the hell the lyrics are about. I really don't care. It's epic. In the Presence of Enemies Part 1, the first track off of Systematic Chaos. Until going back through and listening to some of these tracks to see how I really felt about them and where they would be placed on the list, like this wasn't even in my top 10 until I listened to it again. I was just like, Future Mike here, you get one guess as to how I was going to react. Man, the way that they manipulate the theme of the oh man, it's so cool, especially like there's so many really interesting developments in that song. Man, is it fun. It gives you a really satisfying feeling after you finish listening to it and leads into another really good song. Breaking All Illusions, the prog venture off of Dramatic Turn of Events. Man, this song was ridiculous. This song makes me feel so many different things, like 1,000 different things. So many good melodies, really great chord progressions that are, like, again, usually aren't too complicated, but are really artful in the way that they transition into one another. Has a lot of fantastic solos. The one in particular that I'm thinking of, John Petrucci makes that guitar scream on that one. It is a long song, so I would recommend taking some time to actually really try and appreciate it. It is absolutely worth it. And then it leads very satisfyingly into the last song on the album, which I also happen to like quite a bit, although a lot of people could say it's pretty cheesy, but I don't really care. On the Backs of Angels, also from Dramatic Turn of Events, is the first song on the album. I irrationally love this song quite a bit. It was during my college years that I realized, holy crap, this is like an almost one-for-one clone of Pull Me Under. Like both in structure and when we go to different parts of the songs, what key we're in and what type of feel we're making, like it's really, really close to Pull Me Under in many respects. But to give you an idea of how I feel about this song, imagine that Pull Me Under is Superman and On the Backs of Angels is Bizarro Superman. Bizarro Superman flies up to Superman, rips off his head, and shits down his neck. That is how much better I feel that this song is than Pull Me Under, like 1,000 times better. I think there's all around better melodies, all around better development, definitely better production. I think most of the rhythmic grooves in this song are more badass as well. I like the solo a lot more in On the Backs of Angels. Not to be typical, but I mean, come on, Octavarium, of course. It was actually really tough trying to decide between Octavarium and On the Backs of Angels, and for some people I know that's blasphemy. I really love On the Backs of Angels a lot. It always gets me freaking amped. But there is something unique about the feeling of listening through the entirety of the song Octavarium, and then when you get to the end and finally have that last big chord hit and it just kind of naturally fades out. There's a certain resolution that happens in your soul that you're just like, whoa. The biggest reason why there was any competition between this and On the Backs of Angels, besides the fact that I irrationally love that song, was that one, I could really do without 3.5 minutes of just atmospheric blah, blah, blah. I like the fact that they set up the melodies that happen at the end of the song. I really like that a lot, and you can appreciate the end of the song a lot more having listened to the beginning of it. However, you could have shortened that down by at least 2 minutes, please. That, and also I think the bridge is a little much in some places. All you freaking people being like, oh, you didn't say anything negative about the songs that you like, and you only say negative things about the songs that you don't like. I just gave 2 piercing criticisms to my favorite fucking Dream Theater song. So here's a bit of fan service for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, if you like what I do on this channel, please hit that like button. Please share this around. Please support me on Subscribestar. That is the only way I can keep making badass videos for you. Join us on the Song Suggestion Friday live stream. Happens on Saturdays. And you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!